Hello, I hope you're happy, healthy, and well. We're going to jump in and do... I'm trying to get better about schedules that might be relevant for somebody. I just realized that my music is off, which I use often. So I guess we're just going to sit here and wait for this. Schedules and waiting. Having to wait for something might frustrate you. Something's late. Okay. We're going to jump into self-care reading. This message is timeless, so if this message is just finding you it's stuck. Late, rushing. Okay. I use music to channel my messages, and now it just kept going, and then all of a sudden it just picked right back up. Alright, self-care energy for you, beautiful collective, whoever you are. These are timeless messages, so if this message is just fine, you know, when you do a message for you this time, please take only what resonates, leave the rest. I'll be honest with you, in my own self-care, I just did a very long reading, maybe the longest one that I've shared, though I've done longer ones. I don't know if I shared those. I've been getting more comfortable in like how I channel my messages and kind of getting into that. And for self-care for myself, I don't want to take too much energy for myself, so right, healthy boundaries. But I did want to do this particular reading because it's that self-care energy, and again, something about staying on schedule and like committing to that, but also committing to your self-care. All of these things are relevant to maybe one person out there, and I hope this message finds you, whoever you are. We're going to jump in and just do a self-care message. Of course, today I am recording this on a Sunday. I do hope that this energy will resonate with you whenever it is that you find it, as I believe self-care is every day, right? I don't just have healthy boundaries on Sundays. I have healthy boundaries every day, or I try to, right? Okay. I don't feel called to take those, and I'm not going to, right? Like, not taking things that don't feel right to you even isn't a self-care energy. This could have to do with family. Okay, these are all just different messages, but these are beautiful self-care oracle messages for the collective. Let me get into my energy, ground my energy for the collective, please and thank you, and anyone in the collective who needs this message at this time. So I just did a reading and I cleansed my space, but another way to keep your energy clean, right? We talk about like self-care energy. I use sage a lot of the times in between, but sometimes I don't like to get the smoke in my face. Sometimes I use incense, crystals, right? I have crystals that you can't see. They're all over. Ooh. And also Florida water. Florida water is really cool. It's kind of very masculine scent, but it's a great way to clear your energy. There's so many different ways, right? Self-care energy, I don't know why I'm feeling the need to ramble on this, but like maybe someone needs to get more in the practice, right? Putting that into your schedule. How do you keep your energy clean? I talked about this recently on this channel, like keeping your energy clean. Of course, I can't go to the beach every day. That's, well, I used to because I used to live down there, but you know, salt water, I could put salt in a bath, right? There's so many different ways to care for yourself, right? It's like the food we put into our bodies, what we watch, what we even put on our skin, right? All of these things, they have like a residual effect on us. But even when we do the positive things, we'll over time have a residual effect. I don't know why I feel the need to carry on this, like, I mean, I do. I'm channeling a message for somebody, so someone needs to hear that, okay? Self-care is every day. There's so many different ways to do it. So let's get into this reading for you. A message, please and thank you, for the collective and anyone in the collective who can get into this self-care energy, whether this is something you're doing, this is a confirmation, or something that you can implicate into your self-care practices that you maybe already have. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Oh, okay, that was the message I was getting. I kind of just put that together. You're feeling stuck, right, in some sort of like, how do you put that into your schedule? I don't know, how did you just scroll on Instagram for like 30 minutes? You seem to fit that into your schedule. We all do that, right? Like, I'm so guilty of that also, right? We find time to do things that don't serve us, right? Taking care of us. We find time to to talk on the phone to our friends for 30 minutes about their problems, but what did you do for yourself? Just for yourself today for 30 minutes. I don't know, what did you do? I ask you. Something's in that message for somebody. Okay. Message for the beautiful collective. Self-care energy. Message for the beautiful collective. Self-care energy. Oh. Yeah, they're upside. I don't take these upside down anyways. There's certain decks that have established relationships and we take things in the upside down. That was not one of them. So these are all in the upright. Sleep. Oh, hey, I love sleep. Even if you're getting an extra, I love that for you. I love sleep, okay? I'll tell you, I love sleep. And sometimes I don't get enough of it. And what does that do for my self-care energy? What is that going to do for you, right? Sleep. Oh. Card number 19. Try and remember to link the angel card number, like a message from your angels if you believe in that, or guides, right? Whatever higher vibrational energies that you subscribe to. Sorry, I'm looking at my music. Self-care energy on sleep, right? Here's the card. And it's interesting because there's two hands holding this person, right? Masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. This is just an energy. It's like when you sleep, you know, it's when you're allowing your body to reset. Because we go through all of these cycles, right? So oftentimes, that's so... I love when things sync up. I pulled out, I did a post on this a while ago on this channel, yes, about body mapping. And I felt called to pull this out when I pulled out like what I felt called to do tonight, and it was body mapping. And I don't know if you know what body mapping is, but it's like emotional pains, body aches and pains. And it just kind of breaks it down. You know, you have your masculine side of the body, you have your feminine side of the body, and if like your shoulders hurt, right, that's like on the left side, which is your feminine side, you know, you feel like you have to be perfect, and maybe that's for somebody. And if your shoulder's hurting on the right, and if your shoulder's hurting on the left, and you could be a masculine, right, but this is just your feminine energy, or maybe this is a feminine you're dealing with in your life, or maybe you are the feminine. Now, on the right side of the body, if your shoulder hurts, for example, or you're kind of feeling this tension here, you know, burdened, overwhelmed. Again, this is just the masculine and feminine polarities within all of us. This isn't just like, oh, the masculine side and the feminine side. I say all of this to say someone might need to check out body mapping. Now, of course, if you're experiencing any type of aches and pains, I am not a medical professional. I definitely see to always seek out medical professional help if you're experiencing any severe problems or pains. But if this is something that's like after you have something happening in your life and you notice that tension kind of building up, it's like maybe worth checking out. Body mapping is a pretty great way to bring self-awareness to that area, to understand what repressed emotions that we might be dealing with people, places, situations, or experiences when we're talking about our self-care. I mean, it ties into self-care energy, so I feel like somebody needed to hear that. Yeah. Okay, that... I felt called to bring this out. That's where I was going with this. And then I wanted to talk about sleep. Oh, okay. So, I don't know how I got on that. That's interesting. I just feel like, you know, I channel messages and I feel like sometimes there's a person that needed to hear that, and I go off on these tangents and I see these things in my head and then I'm like, oh yeah, I know why I did this. You know, it's like lining everything up. Anyways, I say this to say sleep. So, let's just say our bodies are so mad, like they're so fascinating and intelligent, and we don't give them enough credit, right? And that's why self-care is so important, because then we give our bodies the credit. Sorry, mine. Oh, she found the thing that I didn't want her to find. She found it. She's enjoying it. She found the thing that I didn't want her to find. I'm gonna let her have it. She's enjoying herself. Right? Indulging. Indulging's okay sometimes. For sure. Me. If you know me, you're like, okay. Yeah, you. Sleep. I feel so distracted. I feel like there's a lot going on. Whoever's energy I'm tapping into, right? It's like, okay, so we channeled schedules before. It's like there's so many things going on in your schedule. It's like, okay, I just feel very like, I want to go this way, and then I'm like looking at this. I'm like, oh yeah, but I need to do this, and then something feels stuck. It's like so many moving parts, and then maybe you feel stuck. Maybe that's part of the message. Anyways, how do we reset this? How do we reset this energy where we finally get like that feeling of self-control back, where we're like, okay. In order to deal with these schedules and feeling stuck, and maybe this is what you're going to need to look into in terms of like getting unstuck, if that's what you're feeling. And maybe that's part of like looking at the body mapping. That's why I felt called to do that. Maybe you should check that out if you're feeling stuck within even your own body, better understanding your body. Sleep. Magical things happen in our sleep. Our subconscious mind, right? I said that weird, I know I did. Our subconscious mind. Okay, I see where this is going. Okay, there's so many things I want to say right now, and I don't want to make this too long, but it's already long. So it's just going to happen. Back to the original thought, and then I'm going to circle back to subconscious programming in our sleep. That will be for somebody. These messages all might just be for one person, and my intention is that they're timeless. My intention is that they find the right person at just the right time. Sleep. If our bodies, they go through a natural cycle. It's like when someone's in a hospital, if they don't see, light, or if someone's in a room, that's why prisons, use light, deprivation, where they take people out of light, because it's a form of torture over a long period of time. But when you're not well, your body, your REM cycle is out of whack. And so what happens is, our bodies are these really very intricate, incredible vessels that we need to take care of, and that's why we're here talking about self-care energy. So sleep, REM cycles, having the right amount of sleep to make sure that we don't get stuck, right? Energy doesn't get stuck even within us. So sleep is where you hold yourself, right? Even there's two hands here. It's like whoever this is that's holding you, whether it's your higher power, or just you holding yourself in that self-care energy. We allow ourselves to reset and reprogram our bodies while we're sleeping. And so I think I brought up body mapping because it's like, if you find yourself waking up at the same time, let's say it's 2 o'clock. Now, I'm just throwing numbers out there. I would have to look this up, and I'm using my phone, so I'm not going to do it right now. But someone should probably check this out if this is something you're experiencing in terms of, needing that self-care for yourself. Our bodies, it's like a computer going through a reboot. Or when we reboot our phone, right? It goes through a system of system shutdown, system reboot, and then it comes back up. Now, of course, our phones are much faster, but our bodies need that time. So what happens is, from, once you fall asleep, the, first, it's supposed to be in a natural REM cycle with the sun and the moon, and, you're supposed to, visually see that. And of course, that doesn't exist everywhere in the world. And people are like, what about the people in Alaska? Yeah, I get it. Well, also sleep deprivation in places like, like England, where people don't get enough sunlight. That gives them SAD, and there's all sorts of things. So light is very important. Like seeing that, even when I would work, still do, in an environment where we weren't outside, but for maybe at most an hour or otherwise 30 minutes. But for the most part, we were inside for at least 10 hours a day. And that does something to you, right? It resets you over a certain amount of time. Now, maybe not in the first 2 days, but over time, that will definitely affect you in the long run. And so sleep allows us, in the first, it's like your phone resetting. So your body's going to go to bed, and it's going to, the first 2 hours you fall asleep, which should be, lined up with daylight in some way, right? Reasonably. I'm not saying you fall asleep at 2, and then all of a sudden, because what happens is during those time frames, 1 to 2, sorry, I digress, 1 to 2, your nervous system is going to reset, reboot. And then from 2 to 3, it's like your blood, or I don't know. And then like 3 to 4, it's your liver, and 4 to 5, it's your kidneys, and then 5 to 6, it's your brain. And then your body goes through this incredible reset, and look it up. It's for real, so I'm not joking. Just like body mapping, right? It's like your body is so amazing. Like we can hold emotional things in our body and not even be aware of it, just like where sleep is going to reset those things. So if we're constantly waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe taking a look at what that means in terms of like a REM cycle. Like where's your body, like body mapping while you're asleep. I don't know how to look it up, but you'll find it. If this message resonates with you, you're gonna find it. Something's going on with your liver. Look it up. And I don't know what the 2 o'clock REM is, but like, it's like, oh man, I keep waking up at 2, and it's like, I can't go back to bed. And it's like, your body's trying to tell you something. And you get these messages in your sleep. So I'm always waking up at, 4 o'clock. It's like, well, okay, what's that? Is it your liver, your nervous system, anxiety? What is it? Because also it's our subconscious mind. So that's a lot. But if this message is for you, this is the self-care energy, right? This is how we take care of our bodies. Our bodies do so much for us as humans here on this planet. It doesn't matter feminine or masculine energy. These are just the polarities within us all. Bodies are an incredible instrument. It's like a fine-tuned instrument, like a violin, It's like you have to take care of these things in order for them to play right. So sleep is an intricate part of taking care of our bodies. If you've made it this far, I thank you so much for your time. I am going to wrap this up. I was just looking at the time right now. The other thing that I wanted to say about sleep, subconscious mind. So my friend would laugh at me if she heard me say this right now. Binaural beats are pretty great. In your subconscious, like your body can do so much for you in your sleep. Like you can do all sorts of work while you're sleeping. It's pretty great. They have them for everything. Make sure that you're going to a site that has, a lot of views. It's been around for a while. Check out YouTube. They're free all over. My kids love sleeping with them. I love sleeping with them. You can do chakra clearing work. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. You could, there are ones that have words and they're supposed to reprogram your subconscious mind, but I'm always very cautious about that. I don't know what they're saying in my sleep. So if you have the time, they have 30-minute ones for daytime. They have 12-hour tracks for when you want like a full reset in your sleep. And they have them for everything. But just make sure that you know where it's coming from. Now, if that is something you feel called to do, I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with this person, but I will tell you, and I have used it, and it's phenomenal, and I 100% would vouch for the work that they put out, and I know that this human puts nothing but quality stuff out and has been doing this for a very long time. They just created an app. They just had a website for a while, but they created this really amazing app. Again, I am in no way affiliated with them. It's just something that I've used, and I've definitely seen some really great results. There's stuff in there for all sorts of stuff. Body, mind, motivational stuff. And this is all stuff that you can listen to during the daytime, or again, you're pretty awesome. You're a pretty hardworking individual while you're asleep, right? Sleep is so pivotal. That time to rest, to reset everything in your internal being is so pivotal. The app is called Sound and Soulful. Sound and Soulful. Soulful. Oh, I can't say that. Sound and Soulful. And she's got an amazing voice. There's stuff with subliminal stuff, which I could tell you I would 100% trust if you want to take my word for it or check it out for yourself. I do know that the app is free for the first 2 weeks. and then you can pay for a subscription. So it's pretty cool because she gives you 2 full weeks, which is like if you did something for 2 weeks straight. If you took time, some of these are only 20 minutes. You create a little playlist for yourself. You can do it awake, you can do it asleep, you can do it with words, you can do it not with words. Imagine if you created that time for yourself. Again, we spend so much time on other people, on other things, on schedules, on feeling stuck and how to deal with these things. But what if we just needed that like hard reset? Like we give our phones sometimes time to shut down. Are you giving yourself time to shut down? Wow, this message is so long. I just looked at the time. Fine. I really don't care anymore. I mean, if people are here for it, great. Again, like, I just want the message to find the person at the right time who needs it. So all of that stuff that I just said, if it just gets to one person, it will always be enough for me. I'm sending you a ton of love, light, positivity. I thank you for your love, your light, your positivity, your support, your energy that you bring to this channel. Sound and Soulful, check it out. 2 weeks. Take the challenge for yourself, right? And then you can find something else if that doesn't resonate with you, or if you find that you're getting really great results with it. You know, there's so many avenues that you can take there. Just go check it out. It's free, and then she does not ask you for your credit card information at all until the 2-week trial is over. Again, I've seen some pretty awesome results. My kids love that type of healing work. They love to work in their sleep / effortlessly. I mean, we all do. But also just getting sleep, right? If that even doesn't want it, if you're like, nah, not my jam, that's cool. Just naturally sleeping, allowing yourself to go through that REM cycle to properly reset. Your phone can't upgrade, right? Think of yourself as like the thing that we value the most, that we spend the most time with, right? Your phone can't upgrade if you don't reset it. Our bodies are kind of the same. We need time. The proper amount of time. And I mean, I say this and like, you know, easily I could stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's going to affect me over time. No joke. And when I do actually get to a place where I'm like, okay, you know, I've slept for 7 hours and I went to bed and I made myself the priority. I'm not going to beat this down, but 2 on the clock. Yes. I love you. Go get some sleep. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna go sleep tonight, right? That's how I started this message, is I'm only gonna do this reading because I needed sleep, because I just put a ton of energy into a different reading that took time for me, and I value my sleep today because I didn't last night. I'm laughing at myself. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for you. I hope this message finds whoever needs it. I'm really leaving this time. Goodbye. This thing never works for me either, so we'll see what happens. See? One more.